Hey, thank you for watching. I've been picking random verses from the Bible as I, just put my finger on something, and I've been trying to apply God's word through that and trying to hear his word for me at this moment. And I've been trying to do this quite frequently on a daily basis. I know there's different methods of seeking God's word, but I do find that my life sometimes is like this random and things just happened. And I like how God speaks to me. For example, today I actually went through passage of 1 Kings 19 through 21. And as many of you guys know, and maybe you don't know, but it talks about Elijah escaping from Jezebel, and where he's like so, I guess, depressed. He went through a phase of depression where he says they killed all the prophets, right? They killed all the prophets, and I'm the only one left. And he decides to just walk away, go somewhere, and just sleep. And there comes angels to feed him, to wake him up, to tell him, get up, get up. Two times they did that. And it's quite amazing how after that, God tells him to go to a mountain. And that's where we find the famous passages of, the fire, the wind, and the earthquake. But God is in the silence. He wasn't in all the commotion and all the confusion that was going on. And God gave a word to Elijah. And the word was that he had a remnant in Israel of 7,000 people that did not bow down to Baal, that didn't pray or kiss the statues. And right after that is the passage where I stumbled upon. Usually when I do these processes of just picking a passage, I like to read the whole chapter or the chapter after that to see what God is trying to teach me. And the bread that I got from today was the fact that when God chooses someone, there will be times that we go through despair. And as believers, we probably will go through that a lot, but we shouldn't lose hope. We should never lose hope. And we should never feel alone. Ever, actually. Because God is with us. And if God is with us, who can be against us? I think sometimes we go through that phase of depression. I've gone through it a couple of times and I've felt alone. And I found encouragement and I found hope in God's word and through praise and worship. But in the passage that I posted in 19 through 21, the verses 19 through 21 in chapter 19 of 1 Kings, it really impacted me how Elisha went and just threw his mantle on top of Elisha. And Elisha went to Elijah and asked him, can you please wait for me so I can go and give my parents a kiss and say bye to them, essentially, and then I'll follow you. But what he ended up doing, he actually gave an offering. And not just that, but if you look at verse 19, he was plowing with 12 oxen. That was probably his work. A farmer, plowing, and who knows, maybe he was worshiping God while he was doing that. I know that when I'm working, I'm constantly either praying or worshiping God and thinking about how good God is to me. And God knew his heart, that he would offer up he took a yoke of oxen and slaughtered them. And he gave them to the people, and they ate. And then that's when he went and followed Elijah. It's kind of interesting because Jesus talks about how we have to measure the cost of following him. The cost to follow him requires us to leave what we did before, what we worked on before, leave it all behind and give it as a sacrifice. So that's the word of today that I took from this. That as God calls me, or the doors I feel that are closing, that I have to give that up as a sacrifice to God and continue following Him. I hope that blessed you.